In this video, we start our search for a new Aliner Vacation Home in this brand new episode of Golden Canine Campers. Hi everyone.
Hi.
So my name's Daryl.
And I'm Nicole.
And
we're here to talk to you guys about our search for our perfect vacation home, a new A-liner. A while ago, Daryl posted a video asking everybody what we should get: a pop-up, an A-liner, or what was the third?
It was the Go.
Oh, the Go. We needed something that fit in the garage and was easy to tow with our RAV4. So those were our three choices. We have decided on an A-liner. So now we are in search of an A-liner.
So we went to look at a used A-liner. We thought we were going to purchase it. And in the process of doing the searching for the A-liner and doing the inspection, I just felt like I wasn't comfortable enough doing it and I needed to be better prepared. So on our way home, I was kind of feeling bad about things. We were both feeling bad about the fact that we didn't get an A-liner.
Hello everyone.
Hey everybody.
It's day 2 of our trip to Phoenix to go get our A-liner. So if we look back, I know you probably can't see it. It is not attached.
I said, okay, I'm going to be better prepared. And hey, wouldn't it be a good idea for us to kind of document it with a video to help other people better prepare for purchasing a used A-liner?
And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to document until we find an A-liner.
I'm currently retired, so I've got plenty of time on my hands. So I can go out and look for used A-liners kind of whenever I want.
And we really want to get a used one. They're going to be a little cheaper. And we're going to save on the sales tax on top of that. And, we'd like to get like a 2 to 3 year old one.
Yeah, and we'll just end up saving probably about $4,000 or $5,000 by doing so, and saves us money and also gives us the opportunity of really getting up to speed on what A-liners are about, and be better prepared for the ownership experience.
However, if we have looked at 10 A-liners that are used and we still haven't bought one, we might be considering getting a brand new A-liner.
And we'll just kind of conclude the video with that.
Yeah.
If we ever get to that point.
So the video series is basically how to find a perfect used A-liner.
Yep.
So one of the other things is we have never towed before. So I don't know if we're going to be doing a video about that, but hopefully we are, because it might be actually pretty hilarious to watch us trying to tow something. Our plan is that we are going to rent a small little trailer at U-Haul. We're going to then go out into a parking lot at an empty high school, and we're going to attempt to tow and back up with the thing so that we can be ready to put our brand new A-liner into the garage. That was one of the other things about why we weren't quite comfortable with purchasing this A-liner. It's the fact that we've never towed and we haven't practiced towing.
Well, and the actual towing itself is, I'm not so worried about that. I guess if we're going downhill and have to brake really hard, I guess I'm a little concerned about that. But I do have a wireless brake controller that should help. But the big thing is hitching up those first couple of times, getting comfortable with the hitching up process and backing up.
Daryl seems to think that we won't ever need to back up as we're driving somewhere, and the only time we're going to have to back up is when we're going into the garage. I think that's a little foolish, because you never know when you might need to back up somewhere on the road.
I'm going to just go straight.
We'll see how that goes. But since we didn't buy it, we do now have time, and sometime in the next 3 weeks, we are going to go and rent a small little trailer at U-Haul and attempt to tow it.
And find out who the best backer-upper is.
Yeah, we're going to have a little competition between the two of us to see who is going to be driving this A-liner around?
Well, when we have to back up. I mean, I could drive it, and then when we got to back up, then we could switch spots.
Yeah. So that should be kind of fun. We'll let you know who wins the backing up competition.
Well, we might show it on the video.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna win.
I think I'm gonna win. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
The next video that you're going to see is a video of me going through and creating this new checklist, creating these resources, creating a list of tools that we should bring with us, doing a little more research on the A-liners, basically getting ready for the next time that we go out and look at an A-liner.
And we're going to have a hard copy checklist where we can actually go through and check everything so that we make sure we don't miss anything and we don't check the same things twice. Daryl doesn't check what I've already checked, and hopefully we'll be a little bit more efficient.
And so that will be the next video in this series, and then the third video series will be us going out again looking at a used A-liner.
Nope. There's going to be one more episode in between. There is us playing with the U-Haul trailer.
I thought that was going to be in episode 2. You want to make that episode 3?
I want to make that its own episode.
So
that's going to be hilarious.
So you're going to get a bonus episode, it sounds like. So we're not sure if this is episode 2 or 3. So one of the next episodes is me preparing for the next time we look at an A-liner, and a bonus episode will be us renting a U-Haul and getting prepared for towing, and a little contest between me and Nicole on who can best back up the U-Haul and the A-liner.
Yeah.
You know, we spent really the last kind of 9 or 10 months just doing our tent camping and making sure it's something that we really want to do and we enjoy it. I think we would just enjoy it that much more if we had an A-liner. So.
Yeah. Be nice to have something that's a little sturdy and up off the ground where the bugs aren't crawling in.
Yeah. And the quick setup that the A-liner that the A-liner gives you.
So we don't know how long this video series is going to be. Hopefully it's not a ton of episodes, because hopefully we will find our A-liner not too far in the future.
So I guess talking about our trip, we were intending on purchasing this thing.
Hello everybody.
Hi, everybody.
We look a little rough because we are on our way to Arizona to take a look at an A-liner.
Luckily I did have some sort of an inspection checklist. I've got a really good friend on Instagram, and it was a listing of things that I should look for.
It's a pretty extensive checklist.
It was a really, really good checklist. You know,
I'm not real comfortable with the checklist.
We're not technical. We don't really know exactly what we're looking for. He wanted me to look underneath and look at the frame to make sure nothing is bent, and so I looked underneath and looked straight.
Another thing is that we have figured out is we are going to print out the checklist, and we're going to go ahead and actually check them off as we check them, because I'm sure we missed something. We can go through in like a systematic order and inspect.
And one of the other things that I plan on doing to visit an A-liner that's relatively new, if not brand new, and kind of get pictures and document what it's supposed to look like. And then when I'm looking at a used one, and if I can see some damage, it'll be something I can notice relatively quickly. So we'll do that as well. The owner was really nice that he had it hooked up to electrical for us, which was great. He had it hooked up to the city water system, which was great, so we could check out the water, making sure that everything worked. But there was a pretty significant leak on the outside of the trailer, and he said it was because of because of the hose or a washer that wasn't there. And so we said, okay, well, that's not that big of a deal. I wanted to look at the water tanks, because that's one of the things that the checklist said for me to look at, was to see if there's any leaking or any soft wood or anything like that. Looked like it was damaged. I had the owner pull off the sofa cushions and take the plywood up so that I could look at the water tanks. And when I looked really closely at the water tanks, I could see that there was a little bit of a leak. And I was like, whoa, have you seen this before? And he was like, oh no, I've never seen any sort of leaking before. So I got pictures of it, and the owner kind of said that maybe it was being caused by the fact that there was so much leaking going on outside. that maybe that was what was causing the leaking on the inside, but we were kind of a little bit worried about it at that point. But it made some sense that there was so much water on the outside. Maybe that was causing the leaking on the inside. And so we kind of went on with the inspection.
So one of the things that Daryl's friend's checklist said was to open and shut all the windows and make sure they lock. And so I was going through, opening them all up, and I could not lock one of the windows. I looked closed. There was no gap. Just the little latch wouldn't go down. I was somewhat concerned. I mean, I think we need to have windows that lock. I mean, the whole point of this thing is to be safe.
Yeah, hard-sided camper.
The owner went ahead and he went outside and he pulled on it a little bit, and we could kind of see where it was supposed to latch down.
A notch, yeah.
The notch, and after he pulled on it and we jimmied it, it was quite some work. It did latch.
Yep.
So at least I felt comfortable that the window, even though it was a lot of work to lock it, we could lock it.
Yeah.
And that was my big concern on the window.
The other thing about when we went and looked at this trailer was I had contacted the seller and I asked him if he was on Facebook and if he was a part of the Facebook groups, the Aliner Facebook groups at all, and he said he was. So I looked him up, and one of the things that he said was he had a high wind crossbar kit, tore the bracket off of the side of the wall. That's something I think he should have let potential buyers know about.
The dealer, however, did fix that.
When Nicole had a hard time closing the window, that was on the same side where that damage was done. And so that was the other thing that made us a little more uncomfortable, where maybe there was something up with the frame that we didn't really know about. We kind of went on with the inspection. Everything looked pretty good, and we went home.
Well, we didn't go home. We decided that we were going to buy it, but
yep.
It was too late in the day.
And we negotiated the price.
Yep, it was too late in the day to go to the bank to get a cashier's check. And we didn't have a hitch ball in order to actually get our A-liner attached to our car. So we went ahead and we told him we would meet him the next day with the cashier's check and with our RAV4 ready to tow said A-liner. So we were all ready to buy it. So we went ahead and we stayed the night, and the next morning we woke up and we were ready to go to the bank.
Yep.
We had bought our hitch ball the night before.
Yep. Nicole was like, well, should we get a washer or something like that, or a different hose? Because I really want to make sure that the leak on the outside isn't what's causing that leak on the inside. And so I was like, well, yeah, let's ask the owner. Let's ask him if he, can help us with that. And so I sent a text, what can we do to make sure that leaking isn't a problem on the inside? We got a response back that
it was kind of a short response, like there's no problems. I've reduced the price. You can go get any plumbing problems fixed if there are problems. And we got back that response, and never having owned an A-liner before, that wasn't really something that made us real comfortable.
No. Yeah, so we pretty much at that point, we were like, well, thanks, we really appreciate your time, but we're going to walk away. We were on our way home, and that's really when we decided that we want to be a little more prepared the next time. So the whole point of this is for us to get more knowledgeable about the A-liners and what we should be looking for.
Hopefully we can share that with you guys.
It's a really nice community, the A-liner community, and I'd like to be a part of that community, and hopefully by creating this little video series that we're going to do, will hopefully help other folks out. So I guess that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right, bye-bye.